Have you ever confidently taken your seat on a plane, only to realize moments later you were totally wrong? Yep, it happens. But what if I told you that simple mistake could teach you more than just reading your boarding pass correctly? It could also help you become fluent in English. And that's exactly what this video is about. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson that could change the way you speak English forever. Today, we're diving into an English shadowing exercise that's not just useful, it's fun, immersive, and based on a real travel story you're going to love. Shadowing will help you train your ear, sharpen your pronunciation, and build the kind of confidence you need for real conversations. Stick around until the end, because I'll share my top tips for turning small mistakes into big learning wins. By the time we're done, you won't just be better at English, you'll be braver, too. What is shadowing? Shadowing goes far beyond simply repeating what you hear. It's about fully imitating the speech of fluent or native speakers, from their pronunciation to their pace, rhythm, and even the emotions behind their words. That's why it's called shadowing. You're essentially becoming their echo. When done consistently, shadowing trains your muscles to pronounce English the right way. It also fine-tunes your listening skills, helping you pick up on sounds and intonation patterns that you may have never noticed before. And most importantly, it helps your brain process English the way native speakers use it naturally, in context, and in real time. If you're wondering how to start, here's a tip. Go slow. Fluency doesn't come from speed. It comes from repetition and understanding. You don't have to be perfect. Just stay consistent and speak out loud. In this session, we're going to shadow a story filled with travel mishaps, kindness, and a very relatable mistake. It's a great blend of learning and real-life experience. Let's jump in. Sarah's story. Visual animated story of a girl named Sarah at the airport. Narrated with slow, clear voice. Narration slow. Clear foreshadowing. I'm standing in the middle of a bustling airport. The wheels of my suitcase click softly as I roll it beside me. My passport safely tucked into my jacket pocket. Today is special. I'm boarding a plane to New York City for the very first time. I walk up to the check-in desk and hand over my ticket. The agent gives me a smile. "Here's your boarding pass," she says. "Seat 17A, a window seat. Have a great flight." Yes, I absolutely love the view from the window. Security is next. It takes a while. The line is long. My shoes are off, and every item in my bag goes under the scanner. Eventually, I make it to gate 23. "Flight 567 to New York is now boarding," the loudspeaker announces. Butterflies flutter in my stomach. It's really happening. I find my row. There it is, row 17. But then, something feels off. There's already someone sitting in what I thought was my seat. A man wearing a navy blue jacket is looking out the window. "Excuse me," I say politely. "I believe this is my seat." He turns around, surprised. "Really? Let me check." He pulls out his ticket and studies it. It says 17A. That's the window seat. Confused. I reach for my own ticket. "Look, mine also says 17A. He glances at my ticket, and then at me. With a kind smile, he says, "No problem. I'll move to the middle." I hesitate. I feel a little guilty, but I also really want that window seat. I nod. "Thank you so much." He doesn't seem annoyed. In fact, He seems calm, even cheerful. We strike up a conversation. "Is this your first trip to New York?" he asks. "Yes. I'm planning to visit Times Square and maybe take the ferry to see the Statue of Liberty." "You're going to love it," he says. "It's a busy place, but full of energy." Moments later, the flight attendant approaches our row. She stops, checks the seat numbers, and looks a bit puzzled. "Excuse me," she says. "I think we may have a seating issue." I freeze. "A seating issue." She examines both tickets, then points to the seat map. "Your seat is actually 17C, the aisle seat. This gentleman was assigned 17A. Suddenly, my cheeks burn with embarrassment. He was right all along. I had taken the wrong seat. I turn to him immediately. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." He lets out a soft chuckle. "It's okay. Don't worry. Mistakes happen." And just like that, the tension melts away. I quietly move to the aisle seat, still a bit flustered but grateful. The rest of the flight is calm, and I can't stop thinking about how gracious he was. Sometimes, a small misunderstanding teaches a big lesson. Let's take a closer look at the language we just heard in Sarah's story and turn it into a learning opportunity. Throughout that conversation, you probably noticed some very natural English expressions used during travel and polite interactions. These are phrases that native speakers say every day, and they're perfect for practicing. Think of moments when you're trying to clarify something politely. You might say, "Excuse me, this is my seat," or when you're unsure and need to check something, it's perfectly natural to say, "Let me check my ticket." Sometimes, things go wrong, but the way we respond matters. A friendly, reassuring phrase like, "Don't worry about it," can ease tension instantly. And when someone makes a mistake, saying "mistakes happen" shows empathy and understanding. As for sending someone off with well wishes, "Enjoy your trip" is simple, cheerful, and widely used. Let's also take a moment to review some vocabulary that came up. A boarding pass is your official ticket to board the plane. On the plane. There are different seat options: the window seat, the aisle seat, and the middle seat. You wait for your flight at the gate, and before you get there, you go through a security check where your bags and identification are verified. These are real-world words and expressions that you can use the next time you travel, or even in everyday polite conversation. Here's your task: repeat each of these key phrases out loud. Try saying them slowly, then at a natural speed, and finally with the kind of emotion you might use in real life. Speaking out loud helps train your mouth and ears together. Practice them several times to make them second nature. This story is more than just a situation about a wrong airplane seat. It reveals so much about human interaction and how language, kindness, and awareness play important roles in communication. When Sarah assumed she had the correct seat, she did what many of us might do. She politely confronted the man, but she also forgot to double-check. That small oversight led to a big realization. Always taking a moment to verify information, whether it's a seat number or the meaning of a word, is a valuable habit in both life and language learning. Then there's the kindness of the man. He didn't react negatively. He smiled, offered to switch seats, and even laughed off the mistake. This reminds us that a calm, friendly attitude can turn an awkward moment into a connection. Learning English works the same way. You will make mistakes. You will misunderstand. You might even say something completely wrong. But if you approach every error with curiosity instead of shame, you'll grow much faster. Let me share something personal on my first trip to Japan. I once pointed to a dish and ordered it thinking it was grilled chicken. It turned out to be raw squid. I smiled, thanked the waiter, and bravely took a bite. Was it what I expected? Not even close, but I never forgot that word again, and I learned to double-check the menu. Every mistake you make can become a memory, a story, and most of all, a lesson. That's what makes learning fun and human. Let's carry that mindset forward as we continue. Let's move into the next part of our lesson, where your voice becomes the most important tool. This is the shadowing practice, and it's where you truly start to sound like a native speaker. Shadowing means listening and repeating right after me, trying to match not only the words, but the tone, emotion, and rhythm. It's a simple but powerful way to train your pronunciation and fluency. In this session, we'll go over some of the most useful phrases from the story you just heard. These are real-life expressions that you can actually use when you travel or talk with English speakers in everyday situations. The first phrase is, "Excuse me, this is my seat." Say it slowly with me. Then try it again at a natural speaking speed. Finally, say it with real emotion, just like you would if you were in that moment. Now let's try. Let me check my ticket. Start slow and careful. Then say it at regular speed, like you're just confirming something. Lastly, say it as if you're surprised and trying to figure out what went wrong. Next phrase, have a good flight. Practice it slowly with a friendly tone. Then say it the way you would normally say goodbye to someone. Now add a warm and positive feeling to it and say it like you mean it. Another useful one, don't worry about it. First say it slowly and clearly, then repeat it naturally like you're used to saying it. Finally, say it with kindness and a relaxed voice to show reassurance. And finally, mistakes happen. Repeat it gently and slowly. Then say it with confidence as if you really believe it. Now speak it with understanding, like you're comforting someone. You've just practiced 5 real English expressions in 3 natural ways. That's a great achievement. These phrases are not only good for your vocabulary, but also help you develop your speaking rhythm, your emotional tone, and your ability to speak comfortably in conversation. Every time you repeat a sentence like this, you're improving your fluency. You're also building muscle memory in your mouth and confidence in your mind. The goal isn't to sound perfect right away. It's to make English a part of how you naturally communicate. Think of this as a warm-up for real-life situations. Now let's wrap up with a quick reflection. What would you do if you were in Sarah's situation? Would you speak up, or would you just move and stay quiet? How would you handle it in English? That's your challenge for today. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. If this lesson helped you take even one step forward in your English journey, then make sure to follow the channel so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. We're building confidence, one lesson at a time, and you're part of that journey. Learning English is not about reaching perfection, it's about progress. Every new word, every repeated phrase, every small effort moves you forward. You are not just learning a language, you are opening doors to new experiences, new cultures, and new opportunities. Keep going. Keep practicing. And most of all, keep believing in your ability to grow. See you in the next lesson.